team that'll make you pay if you do put them at the free throw line, and they're so talented. You can't give them anything easy, and free throws are obviously very, very easy, and so we've got to do a better job in that regard.
Man, how would you assess your two young point guards here about midway in the season?
Well, the one thing that hasn't changed about them, or if it has changed about them, it's been just in a positive direction, is just how hard they compete. And, that's evidenced by the last play of the game that ultimately clinched the game for us in South Carolina with the defensive stop that Lanita Bartley got, and then finishing the and one. Really, really pleased with where we are at this point with them, and very much like our team, our whole team, I think still their best basketball is ahead of them as they continue to learn lessons, in particular in league play, which is very, very different. It's a different level of intensity, it's a different level of execution, it's a different level of opponent preparation, which is something else that you have to take into consideration, especially when you're at the point. But really pleased with those two guys and how they're growing and improving, and like how they're responding to challenges as well, which is going to be very important, this last month and a half.
In Lanita's case, hitting the shot the other day, did she have that confidence 2 months ago, you think?
Yeah, I don't think the confidence just came all of a sudden. I think that's where a lot of her energy and her fire and her competitiveness comes from, is a level of self-confidence. But the thing that's growing, besides their confidence in themselves, is growing definitely. But I think their confidence that their teammates have in them to make those big plays in those game situations, and really trusting them with the ball in their hands, or to set the tone for us defensively, or whatever the game situation dictates.
As a coach, you're coaching against tomorrow one of the legends in all of basketball coaching. How does that, is that added pressure on you, or you've done it before, I know, but...
No, I don't think it's added pressure on me necessarily, and I think she's the best ever. On men's, women's, and obviously UConn had a very significant streak that puts Gino up there in that conversation. But when you grow up in the state of Tennessee, you kind of have a different opinion of who the best is and what that looks like, and I think there's no question that she's the best. For me, it's an honor and a privilege to be able to compete against her. For us as a program, it's what we want, because they're the benchmark for what success looks like in our league and even nationally, and that's where we want to be. And there's no way around it. You've got to go through it to make it happen. And so we're excited about the challenge. I'm excited about the challenge as a coach. At the same time, at the end of the day, we don't get a bonus point if we beat Tennessee. We get one win, and that's what we're out for. We want to be 3-1 on Friday.
Amanda, Pat said today that she fully expects it to be tough coming in here based on the last few times she's come in since you've gotten here. You've got some younger players, though. How do you? They keep saying we're taking this. It's just another game. But how do you make sure that's the way they approach it?
Well, we've prepared the same way that we always have. Tried to have a few little things here or there that were different, in particular to try and take some of their strengths or comfort zones away. But I think anybody that says, oh, it's just another game, or it's no big deal, they're just saying that for you guys and the camera. It is a big deal, because they do represent the best of our conference and what we think about historically in women's basketball as the best. And so it is a big deal. Like I said, when it's all said and done, there's no bonus point next to it, but I think it's a huge confidence builder to be able to compete with and defeat one of the best, not just teams this year, but programs in the history of women's basketball.
I asked AZ and